Hey there, I hope you're having a good day. Today, I wanted to give an introductory guide to enchanting runes. This is the simpler of the enchanting, but also more of a long-term thing that you're going to do throughout each character you have, building up their skills. So, let's get into it. Over here at the Mystic, you have enchanting runes, rune growth, rune shop. Rune shop, if you're at in-game, is going to have all the runes available to you that you can buy from the shop. If you're not yet there, some acts are going to have different runes in the rune shop. So if you go and you can't find a rune you're looking for, you might hop into a different act, meaning go down here to the waypoint and go to a different act, go there, and see if maybe they have what you're looking for. Let's talk about enchanting. So the UI here can be a little intimidating at first, but it's pretty convenient. So up at the top, you have these different tabs. This is actually where you can equip your runes. So you can swap your runes around and move these around while you're doing your enchants, which is useful, and you'll see why here in a minute, to really get your rune cast set up. That's what this thing is called, is a rune cast. And then here you can equip your skills. But let's talk about the UI over here. So if I register a rune, one thing to note, very important, it will not change if I right click these runes. It sits there. So if you're if you're messing with this one right here and you get it exactly how you want, don't think you can just right click here, go down here and start changing it. I've made that mistake before. Watch out for that. To actually switch, you have to click this register button, right? So when you have a rune selected on the left, you can do, these are the three main things you're going to do with it. The first one changes the number of slots, randomizes the colors for those slots. It's not guaranteed you're going to get more slots. So let's say you have 4 slots and you want to try to get 5, meaning 5 slots where you can connect your supporting runes to it. Don't do it if you only have a few of these ones here, the Rune Birth Essence. Don't do it, because you're going to probably end up with 2 slots, right? You're going to end up with less. You want to be sure you have a lot of these, ideally enough to get to your pity, which is this little indicator. You'll notice it's not visible on these because these don't have a pity, but this does. And what pity means is once you get to that point, the next enchant you make is guaranteed 6 slots, which is huge. 6 slots, very rare. If you get 6 slots by just rolling this normally, you are very lucky. Okay, so that's what this is right here. And I just realized my head might be blocking some of this UI. So Rune Birth Essence randomizes the location, number, and color of slots. This one randomizes where the slots are, which is mostly important for these spell activation on attack hit and similar runes, because you need to be bottom left and top right on those connections. Later on, it can get hard to fit everything on your cast, so it is important to have them in certain places. But here's the order I would recommend. Don't go left or right here. Do this one first, get the number that you need. Then get the colors you need, because that's much more specific on your needs than where they are. And you might note that the color and the location are required when you're making this connection, the spell activation on attack hits. that's when it's really important. So you don't want to get the position right and then try to get the color right, because you probably need, like here with this skill, I have 2 reds and a green in these positions. And you'll note this one is being shared between these. So if I were to do the location first, and I get one here, one up here, one here, I have to get certain colors in specific areas, and that's much harder to do. So what you want to do is get your things where you want them, and then get the colors you want, and be flexible with your colors. So let's roll this one here. Okay, so here's an example. Here's my marksman. I've got it over here. I've got this selected. The UI here is very useful. Let me just hide myself. Oh, I know why it won't let me. Duh. There we go. Okay. Just flip myself around. So the UI here, very, very useful. This repeat settings button. I wouldn't recommend doing it when you're enchanting gear as a beginner, because you do need to know a little bit. You might make mistakes doing it, but here it is super useful. Okay, so with this far left one, the Rune Birth Essence, you really only want to pay attention to this one. Don't try to get colors and locations and all that. Just do this. So let's say I want to get 3 slots on this. Hit OK, click enchant, and it just goes until it gets what you wanted. Okay, so it got 3 slots. Now, I know from experience that I like the blue one here, but just for testing purposes, let's say I want a red, green, and a blue. So I'm going to go to the color essence. On here, I'm going to say 1 red, 1 green, 1 blue. Okay. And then it just goes completely random, and it got it. You may not get things you want right away. It could take hundreds of these to get it. It's all just luck on this. And then finally, I want to set the position. Now this is an attack enhance, but let's just pretend I need to get red in the lower left. Okay, so I have my red, but it's here. So let me go to repeat settings. The location, this last one, can set that to red. Let's say to get things to fit, I need one of my other 2 colors to be up here. So I can choose slots and it makes it white. And that just means something's going to go there. So I want a red lower left and just anything, either of the other 2 in the upper right. And then I say go. And the more specific you get, the longer it's going to take, the more resources it's going to take. So you kind of want to be flexible on that. And that's how I would recommend doing it. Start by getting the number of slots you want, get the colors you want, and then do location in that order. These other items over here won't go into too much detail, but some that you should be aware of. Skill Rune Magic Upgrade Essence. It just turns your regular into a magic rune. You can see the bonuses that it gets as a magic rune by this little dot that appears after you upgrade. If you want to preview what your rune will get in your item compendium, there's this wonderful rune compendium here. You can go to any rune and see it doesn't have, so this combo skill. If I go to magic, you see this little bar up here? It says it gets these bonuses for going to magic. Rare, and then legendary. Let me move myself out of the way again. I'm just always in the way. There. So this is very useful. It'll help you decide whether you want to use those resources on a rune because they do get specific bonuses when they upgrade. Not all the same, specific to the rune, but let's go back into enchant, because these, so you've got the magic upgrade essence, the rare upgrade essence, and the legendary upgrade essence. Currently, legendary is the highest rank rune you can get. And these are the skills, and these are for link runes. These other items are more of in-game stuff that you go for. Like you can turn these links white, which means they can link to any color, and they give a plus level to the linked rune. So there's like a long-term grind here as well. Aside from that, this is pretty self-explanatory. Rune growth. You go here to level your runes. Okay, so this was just an introductory guide to runes. I hope it was useful. Let me know what you think in the comments, if you learned anything or anything you want to add on. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good day.